Start today's Hindu paper with the Lok Sabha polls just 3 weeks away. Congress yet to seal alliances. With the Lok Sabha polls just 3 weeks away, Congress yet to seal alliances. As the author writes in the article that West Bengal, Bihar and Delhi, all the states put together, West Bengal, Bihar and Delhi, put together 89 Lok Sabha seats. But just 3 weeks away, Congress not yet finalized its alliances. For example, in Delhi, there is a chance that Congress might go along with Aam Aadmi Party, but Sheila Dikshit is strongly objecting. As Sheila Dikshit was a former Chief Minister of Delhi, belonging to Congress party, she does not like Congress going along with Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. In the same way, you have various political parties, particularly CPIM party. You all know CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury. So all these things, elections are going very fast. Election pace is going very fast. And in Bihar, they have RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal. Congress might go along with Rashtriya Janata Dal. Already there is a coalition alliance. It might go along with RJD, Rashtriya Janata Dal. Coming to next important article. In Hindu today, there is a term called gig economy. G-I-G, gig economy. In Hindu paper today, you have an article, gig economy. What do you mean by gig economy? Gig economy means economy based on temporary contract jobs. The companies and industries give more temporary and contract jobs, not permanent jobs. It is not permanent jobs. Temporary contract jobs, not permanent jobs. This type of economy is called gig economy, G-I-G. In a gig economy, temporary flexible jobs, and companies will hire independent contractors and freelancers. Companies will hire independent contractors and freelancers instead of full-time employees. This is called gig economy. If a new term appears in the newspaper, you have to understand what is that. You should not leave like that. You should understand what is that. This is called gig economy. Next is Indian Navy is helping the Mozambique. The Indian Navy has launched HADR, Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Relief. Indian Navy HADR, Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Relief to Mozambique. As you all know, in Mozambique they have a cyclone, so Indian Navy is helping them. Particularly here, you should locate a place called Port Beira, P-O-R-T, Port B-E-I-R-A, Port Beira, B-E-I-R-A. Remember, if there is a location in the current affairs, Mozambique, Port Beira at Buzi, B-U-Z-I, you have to locate Port Beira in Mozambique. Whenever current affairs carry a location which is of importance, you should locate in atlas. You should carry atlas, you should locate in atlas. It is Port Beira. And India is helping, Indian Navy helped Mozambique for its cyclone relief, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. World Press Freedom Index. World Press Freedom Index. Just remember, World Press Freedom Index is given by Reporters Without Borders. World Press Freedom Index is given by Reporters Without Borders. Just remember like that, enough. Next interesting thing is, we have various prizes. We have various prizes of international importance, like Pulitzer Prize in journalism, literature, Pulitzer Prize. You have one more prize called Pritzker Prize. Pritzker, Pritzker, Pritzker Prize in architecture. Pritzker Prize in architecture. And you have one prize, Abel Prize, ABEL. It is in mathematics. Abel Prize is in mathematics. You should know the important prizes and why they will be given. Abel Prize for mathematics. Abel Prize this year for the first time went for a female American professor. She was the first female to get Abel Prize, ABEL. She was the first female to get Abel Prize. And Abel Prize this year was given to Karen Uhlenbeck, K-A-R-E-N, Karen U-N-L-E-N-B-E-C-K, Uhlenbeck. Karen, you need not remember the name, but for civil services you should know Abel Prize is for mathematics. Karen Uhlenbeck got Abel Prize. Karen Uhlenbeck, U-N-L-E-N-B-E-C-K. She was an American professor. And next important thing, UN Environmental Assembly. UN Environmental Assembly have conducted a summit. It's a 4th edition, I think. UN Environmental Assembly is the world's highest level of decision making body on environment. UN Environmental Assembly is the world's highest level of decision making body on environment. It has universal membership. UN Environmental Assembly have 193 members. UN Environmental Assembly have 193 members, almost universal membership. And from 11th March to 15th March in Kenya, Nairobi, it have conducted a summit. In Kenya, Nairobi, it have conducted a summit. And the recent summit of UN Environmental Assembly, in the recent summit of UN Environmental Assembly, they have passed a resolution on single-use plastic and sustainable nitrogen management. Single-use plastic and sustainable nitrogen management. What do you mean by this single-use plastic? Single-use plastic means, see, for example, we drink Coca-Cola, the bottle will throw it out. We drink some plastic, for example, milk packet, that packet will throw it out. All these things comes under single-use plastic. India already have taken a oath to end all single-use plastic use by 2022. India is going to stop all the use of single-use plastic by 2022. Okay. So, not only that, sustainable nitrogen management. Sustainable nitrogen management. These two are the goals of UN Environmental Assembly. Apart from that, if you go with today's editorial page, if you take Hindu editorial today, the editorial is on Goa, Goan Rowlett. The editorial is on Goa. What is this all about? See, as you all know, Manohar Parrikar, one of the tallest chief ministers in India, died. And Pramod Sawant have become the CM. Today he is proving his, I think, majority in the Goan Legislative Assembly. Pramod Sawant is the 23rd chief minister, 23rd change of regime. In the Goa was formed in 1963. Goa was under Portuguese, then it became UT, then became state. Goa was ruled by Portuguese. then it became UT, then it became state, and from 1963 onwards 23 regimes changed, and in 2017 in the elections in Goa there was a hung assembly. You know hung assembly? Hung assembly means an assembly which did not get any clear cut majority. Hung assembly is an assembly which did not get any clear cut majority. So in the hung assembly, BJP managed to get into power. BJP managed to get into power. You all know in Goa, the population of Goa is 14.59 lakhs. In 14.59 lakhs, 25% are Christians. 25% are Christians. And on an average, most of the legislative assemblies, there are 40 legislative assembly constituencies in Goa. Most of the legislative assemblies have less than 30,000 population. They have less than 30,000 population. Relatively small in size, relatively small constituencies. Here we have Congress, BJP, Goa Forward Party, Maharashtravadi Gomatak Party, MGP and NCP. So BJP got support from MGP, NCP and Goa Forward Party. Now let us see how this Mr. Sawant is going to continue as a ruler, whether he will continue as a CM or not, it's a big question. And you all know Goa land is a very scarce resource. Tourism, Goa mostly depend on tourism, and Goa is also famous for mining. Mining is a major driver of the economy. Let's see how things go in Goa. How Goa will get stabilized after the death of a tall man called Manohar Parrikar. Next, a fight for Q. A fight for Q. KIEV, Q. Q is the capital of Ukraine. Your duty is first to locate Ukraine. First, as a student of UPSC, you have to locate the map of Ukraine. Actually, in the year 2014 beginning, in the Ukraine country, there is a country called Ukraine. In that country, Russia occupied a place called Crimea. Russia occupied a place called Crimea. So first we have to locate Ukraine, then you have to locate Crimea, CRIMEA. First Ukraine, then Crimea. And Russia till 1991 is called as USSR. Ukraine is a part of USSR. USSR is group of many countries led. The ideology of the countries is communism till 1991. And Russia wanted to show its prowess again, it occupied Crimea. Now there were elections in Ukraine on March 31st. On March 31st there were elections in Ukraine, and the president was pro-Western, means pro-American, means Western countries like him. But there are a lot of issues in Ukraine. How these election outcomes will work out is a big question. In this article, there is a place called Azov Sea, AZOV, Azov Sea. Near Ukraine, there is a sea called Azov Sea. You have to locate Azov Sea. You have to locate Azov Sea in the map. One is Ukraine, second is Crimea, third is Azov Sea. So these three things first you have to locate. This is enough from this article. Next article is about what has changed post Bala Court. What has changed post Bala Court. So this article is not that important for exam. This is about what have changed after Bala Court incident in the UN CRPF, how we have drawing, how is our defense capacity, how Bharatiya Janata Party is dealing with all these things, and Mirage aircrafts, F-16 aircrafts, they are discussing about all these things, nothing much in the article. On the learning curve, this is about schools, teachers, particularly here, you should understand Niti Aayog, School Education Quality Index, state level school education quality index is developed by Niti Aayog. State level quality index, state education, school education quality index is developed by Niti Aayog. Next, re-examining socialism, single file. In re-examining socialism, America is a capitalist country. America is a capitalist country. But in this year elections, coming elections in America, within 1 year there will be elections in America, coming elections, socialist elements might have a hope, not complete socialism, but a control of common means of production, at least a control of some goods and services for the betterment of society in common. These type of ideas might again come up in America. That is, America is considered a typical capitalist country, but there is a chance about these things. Next article, disempowering Grama Sabhas. Disempowering Grama Sabhas. You all know recently the people who are living in the forests, some of them are asked to vacate the forest by July 12th. Under Forest Rights Act, some claims are considered as genuine, some claims are considered as false. They are false. So, Forest Rights Act is an act where Grama Sabhas play a crucial role in identifying various things. We should empower Grama Sabhas rather than disempower them. Disempowering Grama Sabhas and sabotaging Forest Rights Act damages democracy. That was the meaning of the article. So, let's go with